Welcome to KD Custom Woodworking. I'm Kevin Dunphy. We're going to be installing floor joists today. We're going to show our thoughts and try to make maybe a little improvement and get that squeak out of those floors. We're putting in the floor joist, and I guess the mindset of a cabinet maker is a little different. Like, you know, we love our glue, we love locking in things to keep things really from moving. So what I've done here, I only used 2x10s. I could have used 2x12s, but I was a little less here. And if I want to put another piece here to have more of a, I'll show you what I mean. It's right here. If I want a little piece there, I can just put a little 2x4 on top to give me a little more meat when I put the wall there. So I cut up a bunch of them already. I got 4. And I marked this off 16, but sometimes you slip when you do the framing, so, and all there is, I'm gonna say this again, God, do I love PL. I did this one here yesterday, just to get started by the time we got going, and it worked amazing, so, you know, get a little PL along here. What's critical is the order you install this. That's probably the biggest thing. And then I'm going to move this joist a bit, and I'm going to put PL right under here. See, I have a 2x6, and this thing's really, what I'm doing here, would it be better than joist hangers? I mean, it is metal, it is tested. What I like about this better, now I got that doubled up, and I got a killer beam. With the joist hangers, I don't know, I got like a little metal or whatever, but if I did here, I would definitely have to use joist hangers. But now I'm gonna put it in, push, all right. A little high on the height, I was a little happy there, but, you know, give it a little squirt of PL there. A little dab there. That's the only part. I went a little high there. Now I'm going to show you what I mean by it's critical. Like, I don't have a ladder or scaffolding to go on the other side. You see how close I am to this house. Here's, I'm going to go up here and then screw from the outside in. I don't really. You see, I blasted out a bit. In there. Now I want to get pressure for that joist, so I'm gonna now take 3.5, go in on an angle here. There, get that pushed in. I'm gonna put a second one, why not, eh? Now I'm pretty decent here. Now I want to screw here, but it would be nice if I had maybe pan head with these instead of these screws. So, because this stuff's only like a little over 1/2 inch, I can't go too deep. Could I have used a gun? Yeah, but it's a little awkward. I like the screws. And yes, it's a little more time. but like I said, I don't really care. I got 3. The other thing, if you're dealing with inspectors or stuff, because they're not going to be able to see this, is if they're saying, well, you don't have hangers, or some of them get stuck in their own ways. Show them, take a video or pictures of what you're doing, and then show them, and then say, okay, tell me what I'm doing wrong. All right? Now I'm going to put this screw over here, and I'm jumping up. I'm not going to do this, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to last doing this, but let's find out, eh? If you hear that, and by putting that screw on the rim joist, I mean, I've pulled this over. Now what I'm going to do, I mean, I got this pretty good. I want to pull this down a bit. Oops. So I want to pull this 16 inches. Let's see if I can get in between here. Don't worry about time, eh? I know you see the videos and they're rolling them, they're putting them, and I'm going to say this out loud. I've been in so many houses, cabinets, God knows how many. I know the framers have it. They might do 2 houses, 3 houses a year, and that's it. But I've gone in and the floors are bouncy, everything's bouncy, and you go look up and they're relying on those nails, and those nails come loose and everything just comes loose. So don't worry about time, you know, because time is only money. Yeah, I got that one locked pretty good. I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna give this one more tap. Make sure I'm down at the bottom. So I'm gonna sneak one more screw. But I shouldn't have done it with the screw. So I'm a little off, that's why I did it. Okay. Now that's pretty good. Like I'm a hair off, like it would have been like been there. That should have been 15 1/4. Alright. That's it, man. Just looking one last look. I'm gonna toe in here. Then I'm going to get ready with the next joist. I went 15. And you see that's a nice fit. I'm a little high, and that's really on me. I think I haven't done a lot of this, but I'm realizing now. I went there first, put the screw in the back, scratch that last order. I'm going to show why. So I'm going to go here, a little bit of crap in there. I got a chip. Just watch it, stuff comes off. Right? All right. I'm going to show what I'm going to do now. This is why the power of the screws are so cool. And I give it a shot if I'm a little sloppy with my gap. I don't want it so tight, because it's more important that I'm tight here, you know? So I'm going to get the 3.5 number 10s, just common screws. Now I'm going to go here. go. I think that's a better way than going there. Like at least I can drive it in. And just go straight down on the other one. You pull down a bit, you know. Then I'm going to jump up just to keep the top held in. Just really holding it for the till the PL kicks in. That's it. And then now my next joist is all ready. And then, like I said, I could put a little 2x4 here if I feel. I probably will at the end. But because they're all precise, the 2x4 will be precise. All right. I think. It went by pretty fast as I got going with it. There is a bit of a learning curve trying to install these. We're at the end of the joists. We're pretty good. We got some of the plywood already installed up there. You saw that. I'm putting the last set of space in. The other thing I didn't like, and I'm going to say it again with this room, is there's about 2 foot difference. It goes into a V because of the land, and downtown they're not making any more land, so land is at a premium, so you gotta suck it up with the 2 feet, but it really costs a lot of time. I'm happy with the flooring. I'm pretty good coming into the old building, and I'm gonna do a little video on that and show my thoughts, because I've worked in a lot of extensions and I've seen a lot of mistakes. So on this, I'm almost at the end to the bracing. You can see we went right along. I want to put one in the center. I want a little over 5 feet. But here I got to cut out for the stairs. But I don't have my flooring yet. So I can't do that. And I'm gonna cut it out after these joists. I cut about 9 feet back for the opening for the stairs. It's gonna go minimum. So these are far enough back. And what's nice with this being a little higher, I always like my PL, eh? Yeah, that's not bad. You can see also, we had that spray foam, the glue, and the one of the young guys, I said, well, you didn't put enough in there. I said, find any gap and go along the edges and give it a shot. This stuff's not very expensive, so. Now I'm right here. I'm a little loose, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to toe it in, then get another piece right in behind, and I just want to point out something 1 sec. Let's make sure I'm not too crooked. I'm a little crooked there, but I'm going to let it go. And I'm going to straighten that up in a sec. I don't have much room here, but which is great. I'm able to go on my beam here and then have this all just push from one end to the other. You know? But I like doing this as opposed to 2x12 or anything else. I'll be able to run wire here. And if anybody ever said anything, I'd put strapping here and have these bottom ones tied up. It's not going to make a difference. The big thing is we're locked in. If you see down at the end, look how tight that is. So there's no way these things will roll. It's just debatable if I'm going to put the piece in the center. I'm going to see after everything is tied on. I don't trust. I put 5/8 plywood. I'm like of the old school of the houses in the 80s. Everybody, they would put a layer of pine down, tongue and groove, and they put a layer of plywood. I like that. I like that, inch and a bit. So I'm doing it here. I'm gonna put 2 layers of plywood. They even said to me, "Oh, is that overkill?" It wasn't that expensive. It was only, well, it was expensive in Canada compared to the States. It was $30 a sheet, and I can double it up, and I'll get a nice dense surface on top. Because they say you only use that, and that's code, but I don't. I'm not a fan of it. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to start rewriting the code book, but just use common sense. This is definitely going to take longer because this is a reno. This isn't like a new construction. I'm just doing the extension. I'm not a framer by no means, and I'm gluing everything in. This takes more time. And why am I gluing it in? Because I've been in enough of these houses to see this stuff come loose. I go into houses sometimes, 5 years later, 10 years later, and I've seen house fall asleep. One house in Montreal, in the center, it was sinking. It was sinking. All the nails came undone. I won't mention the name, but if you're in Montreal and you heard Grilly without the I, they were a famous developer. Yeah. And I fixed it. I went into the house. I took the whole fridge out, took the whole wall out, put steel jacks in there, raised their house. It was coming down. And I said I couldn't leave it in good conscience. And I gave the bill. I remember the bill was so cheap. It was like my time was $680. And I had a hard time to collect. I said, well, what was the money for? The extra. And then I took pictures and I showed her, and I didn't want to scare them, tell them like your house was caving in. So this is why I have an epitome, the cheap construction. And this is going to take longer. I get the neighbors saying, or other people saying, well, you're not done yet, or you're not done. No, I'm going to be done when I'm done. I'm not going to cut corners here, and I'm not getting on the rant, but I get annoyed when I see these videos and I see the super fast framer, and super fast framer, go to your house 5 years, 10 years after, and we'll have a chit chat, because this is the big problem, with it. But the only thing doing this, it's renovation. It's a different skill set. That's my rant. That's it. I don't have this one towed in the bolts here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 little ones and jam them in. Then I'll have some meat to go in, and that's about it. I'm very stoked. The weather's getting nice now. I'm still kind of in sweatshirt mode. We were here yesterday. It was like 8 Celsius, and it was getting cold, and that sometimes slows you right down. All right, onward. Eager helpers, and don't forget to put some on that cross piece, eh?
Yep.
But the important thing is don't go beyond 4 feet, or you're going to have to be on the next sheet. You're going to have to be, you got 45 minutes to work with this stuff.
Yep.
And then that's really it. Yeah, get those cross pieces. They add a lot of support. They also lock in the joists when we glue this.
Alright, now drop it on you. And drag it to it.
All right, go as close as you can to the tongue. Yeah, give it a shot. Make sure the edge there, your print.
Yeah, could you hit it from your side?
Okay, that's good. You maybe touched too much, but that's okay. No, no, don't 2x4.
Like that.
Yeah.
If you can't, that's it. Leave about an inch, eh? You don't want it like about an eighth of an inch, like a gap there.
So is that fine?
Yeah.
All right, because it has to expand a bit, because it's going to swell up with the rain here, eh?
Yeah.
More. Okay. That's good.
And then make sure, like, you didn't go. I think you went a little too far here. Go check.
Too far is in too tight.
No, on the edge. Are you? Is that?
Like, push it that way?
Yeah. Well, you take a look. You tell me.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're splitting eighths. There you go.
Yeah, because you got to leave like an eighth of an inch. The stuff expands a bit, and you don't want it to swell up so much. All right. Now, Prince, one last look that you're half on this, because
I'm not
this.
off on this guy, but if you want that
You're
to
drifting.
be aligned, that's fine.
Go in the middle if you can. There you go. And you got the lines.
Yeah.
They got the lines marked 12 inches and 16. In our case, we're 16.
Should I start gluing this?
Yeah, go for it. Glue it and get the sheet out of the way. And just kind of go there. Remember, make it easy on me, because I'll be alone when I'm up here. You guys won't be helping me when I do the rest of the sheets.
That is gonna slip out.
Let it go there. Let's see what happens. No, I'm only joking, Kurt. Oh, I was surprised.
Why? Are you messing?
I didn't think you had enough overhang there. I thought it was going to go into the backyard there. And then always, Prince, stay in the middle, eh?
I think I'm out.
You're out. Load her up.
Yeah, I'm out.
Load her up. You should be able to tell. You should be able to look at that clip and tell. All right, and then put the 30 degree. Yeah. That's it. A little faster in bump mode, eh?